contact me in any type of way, and that's all I'm asking is like, 'cause I honestly really want the case to be over with. Like, I've been going through, just like I said, a lot, and as I said, I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not trying to do this to make somebody seem like a bad person, a bad father. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth, and if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really? Why you? What is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and I just want it over with. I work every day. I also have my own kids to take care of, so it's like, it's been a journey for me, and it's just like, I just got so much on my name right now. I never ask for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey, Jay-Z, give me your money, or I'm coming at the Jay-Z for his money. I never did that. I'm not that type of person. I work for everything. I work for everything.
No. If you talk to him personally, that's his son.
You think that's his son?
Yeah. You know what I think his son? First of all, Jay-Z offered him money. At first, he offered him bread, like, and everything, but his aunt, this is like his caretaker, didn't like approve of it. She said, no, Jay-Z got a lien on her house, all type of shit that was going on. Yeah, the lady put up paperwork and everything with his name on it and all that. I mean, but Young Boy's so thorough though. He just want a dad. He not trying to get no money. He not trying to do none of that. I mean, that's why.
The long-standing paternity battle involving Rimmer Satterthwaite, who has claimed for years that Jay-Z is his biological father, is now turning into a serious legal and media situation after years of delays and what many believe were intentional efforts to block the case. Rimmer has reportedly been given court approval to move forward with his paternity claim. This decision now puts major pressure on Jay-Z to respond and possibly take the DNA test. He's long avoided. For over a decade, Rimmer has pushed to have his voice heard. His claims were often dismissed by the courts and ignored by Jay-Z's legal team. But this time, the case is gaining momentum with serious support. There are renewed accusations that Jay-Z used legal tactics and influence to avoid DNA testing, and that there were several quiet efforts to shut the case down. This is raising questions about what he might be hiding. Rimmer, who is now 30 and from New Jersey, has claimed Jay-Z fathered him during a relationship with his mother back in the early 1990s. At that time, she was reportedly underage. Jay-Z has never acknowledged the claim, but critics have long said he's used powerful lawyers and sealed documents to delay or dodge the case, with the courts now allowing the case to move forward. Jay-Z may be forced to finally address it, adding more tension. There are reports of pressure coming from Beyonce's side to keep the situation quiet. Insiders suggest her team has tried to keep the story out of the spotlight to avoid damage to the Carter family's carefully built public image. While Beyonce hasn't made any public statements, rumors of behind-the-scenes damage control are spreading. Allegations have also come out that Rimmer and his mother were once pressured to drop the case. All of this is painting a picture of a powerful team working to keep a damaging secret hidden. This isn't just tabloid gossip anymore. If the court confirms the paternity claim, Jay-Z could face serious legal and financial consequences, but even more than that, his public image could take a big hit. Jay-Z, known for his rise from poverty to building a billion-dollar empire, could end up being accused of abandoning a child, using power to avoid responsibility, and not living up to the values he promotes. For Rimmer, though, this doesn't seem to be about money or fame. He says he just wants recognition, closure, and the truth. Now that the court has allowed the case to move forward and public interest is back, Rimmer might finally get the answers he's been chasing for most of his life. His late mother, Wanda, who passed away in 2019, always stood by her story. She said she had a brief intimate relationship with Jay-Z in 1992 when she was just 16. At that time, Jay-Z was still an up-and-coming rapper and hadn't yet reached the level of fame and success he has now. This part of the story adds more weight to Rimmer's case and could be key to what happens next. The long-running paternity case involving Rimmer Satterthwaite, who's claimed for years to be Jay-Z's biological son, has now turned into full-on legal and media drama after multiple delays and what many believed was strategic stalling. Rimmer was finally granted court approval to pursue his case. That decision now puts serious pressure on Jay-Z to respond and possibly take a DNA test he's been avoiding for years. Rimmer's been trying to be heard for more than a decade. His claims were ignored or thrown out, and his legal team faced constant roadblocks. But now, things are different. This time, he's got legal backing and growing media attention. There are also allegations that Jay-Z used his legal team and influence to keep the case from moving forward. Some even say there were efforts to quietly shut it all down, raising questions about what exactly Jay-Z might be avoiding. And this isn't just some new story suddenly catching fire. Rimmer's been telling this story for a long time, Now that the courts are involved again, the pressure's mounting. So why is this finally moving now? Why is Jay-Z being pulled into something he stayed silent on for so long? Let's get into what's really going on behind the scenes. Rimir, a 30-year-old from New Jersey, says Jay-Z is his biological father. The story goes back to the early 90s, when Jay allegedly had a brief relationship with Rimir's mother, Wanda, who was reportedly underage at the time. Jay-Z has never responded directly to these claims. Meanwhile, Rimir says he's not doing this for clout or money. He says he just wants the truth and some closure. With the court finally letting the case move forward, Jay-Z could now be forced to take a paternity test, and that's what's got people really paying attention. What's also interesting is the behind-the-scenes pressure that's now being talked about. Rumors say Beyonce's team has been working to keep the story quiet. They don't want it to damage the Carter family's image, although Beyonce hasn't made any public comments. Some say there were attempts to discourage Rimir and his mom from pushing the case. These claims are painting a picture of a powerful empire trying to protect itself. But now, with legal approval and public interest growing, keeping it quiet might not be an option anymore. The stakes are higher than just family drama. If the court confirms Jay-Z is Rimir's father, there could be legal and financial consequences. But more than that, it could seriously damage Jay-Z's carefully built public image. He's been known as a self-made billionaire, a family man, and a cultural icon. But if these allegations hold up, that legacy could take a major hit for Rimir. Though, this case has always been about knowing the truth. His mother passed away in 2019, but she stayed firm until the end, saying Jay-Z was Rimir's father. Wanda said she met Jay-Z in Philadelphia and soon became pregnant. She said when she tried to get in touch with him for a paternity test, he disappeared and never responded. Wanda made it clear she wasn't looking for money, just the truth. She wanted Rimir to know who his father was. But for years, the courts denied her request, often rejecting the case for technical reasons like jurisdiction issues. Documents were sealed, and nothing moved forward. It was like hitting a wall. But now, Rimir is being allowed to push the case as an adult. With this new legal shift, Jay-Z's team can't avoid the case like before. A judge has officially ordered Jay-Z to respond to the paternity claims. This is the first time he's legally being required to address it head-on. Up until now, Jay's lawyers have blocked progress using loopholes and red tape. But now those defenses seem to be out of options. Jay-Z is being pulled into court, and he'll have to answer not just to a judge, but also to the public, and with all eyes on him. This story is only getting bigger. Public commentary is also turning up the heat. 50 Cent took to social media to mock Jay-Z's silence, saying even someone as powerful as him can't run from the truth. Then Nicki Minaj added fuel by posting a cryptic tweet about someone owing her money possibly connected to Jay-Z's circle. It's unclear what she meant exactly, but it's definitely stirred the pot. These big names stepping in just adds more attention to the case, and people are now wondering what else might be going on behind the scenes. Now, here's where it takes a darker turn. Rimir's godmother recently came forward with a disturbing claim. She said someone from Beyonce's team once told Rimir to "Go away, little boy," a line that sounds more threatening than dismissive. That statement, allegedly set off the record, went viral on social media. It made people question whether Beyonce is aware of what's happening, or even involved in trying to shut the story down. While she hasn't said a word publicly, her name being pulled in makes things way messier. That's not all. The godmother also claimed that someone showed up at her property late one night to discuss the case. The timing of the visit was suspicious, especially since it came right after the court ordered Jay-Z to respond. A lot of people believe it was an attempt at damage control or maybe even intimidation. And with the case heating up, things might be moving beyond the courtroom. But the more they try to cover it up, the harder it becomes to keep it under wraps if Rimir's claims are confirmed. This could be a disaster for Jay-Z, not just financially, but legally. Wanda said she was only 16 at the time of their alleged relationship. That detail opens the door to possible statutory charges, depending on the state laws and time limits. Jay-Z's clean public image could collapse under allegations of avoiding responsibility and exploiting legal loopholes. The man, praised for his rise to fame and power, might now face questions about his past he's never had to answer until now. What started as a personal claim from a son looking for answers has turned into a major reckoning. We're talking about someone going up against one of the most powerful figures in the entertainment world. And with more details coming out, more voices speaking up, and deadlines approaching, it's clear that Jay-Z's usual control over his image is slipping fast. Rimir has said he's not afraid of what might come out. He just wants the truth, whatever it is. In Rimir's own words, "I just want the truth. I can take a no. I can take being embarrassed. I just want answers. His words show how hard it is for regular people to stand up against someone with so much power. But he's not alone anymore. As more people rally behind him and the media starts digging deeper, it's looking more likely that the truth might finally come out. And if it does, it could change not just Ramir's life, but how the world sees Jay-Z and his family. Anyway, what do y'all think about this whole situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know where you stand. And don't forget to check out our other stories for more celeb tea. We stay locked in over here at Star Hush, and I'll catch you next time, my stars or hushers, whichever one you rock with. Until then, stay sharp and stay tuned.